Father the Jade Lord, the highest Emperor, the Holy Father God, the human being, Mother, the Holy Mother God, the Holy Mother's earth in the 36th heaven, the divine teachings of God. Therefore, once you understand the illusory law of impermanence of this universe, then you can rest assured and continue to practice. In this scene, whoever lacks practice, whoever loses faith in God, whoever does not remember God and Buddha in their time of trouble, will have to endure a terrible test. Whoever still remembers God and Buddha, and knows how to cultivate properly, will certainly have salvation from suffering. If you always remember God and Buddha, then when it comes to your suffering, God and Buddha will take over your suffering and help you suffer less. This scene uses your karma to test you to help your progress. That is a lesson for you. If you don't learn this lesson, how can you evolve and cleanse your karma to return to heaven? My children, you must study your lessons honestly in order to evolve and return to heaven. You came to this world to learn, not to enjoy worldly pleasures. If you stubbornly cling to these notions of enjoyment, you will certainly not be satisfied in the sea of suffering in this world. Because you are not satisfied, you feel suffering. If you realize that you are here to learn and tacitly accept all sufferings in order to learn and practice, then you will certainly be more steadfast. You must know that if a piece of iron is not put into the fire and refined by a blacksmith, it will be useless. Therefore, if you want that piece of iron to become a useful tool for the world, you must naturally throw it into the fire. Burn it until it is red hot, and rely on the blacksmith to refine it, to forge it, to hammer it, to file it, to sharpen it. Then it will become a knife, scissors, a hammer, a pair of pliers. Then it will become a useful tool for the world.
Father the Jade Lord, the highest Emperor, the Holy Father God, the human being, Mother, the Holy Mother God, the Holy Mother's earth in the 36th heaven, the divine teachings of God. Therefore, if Father wants his children to become useful, to become good tools of the Father, to return worthy of being united with the Father, you must naturally have a furnace and tools to forge them by learning enough scenes, enough lessons, tasting enough sour, spicy, salty and bitter flavors, learning all states to gather all experiences in this world to evolve, to return to heaven with Father. When you are light, recalling the painful intermediate stages in the evolutionary cycle through many lives, you will know how to be grateful for those precious painful lessons. Thanks to them, you can progress. Without them, there would be no lessons for you to learn to evolve and return to heaven, and your soul would not have the opportunity to absorb rich experiences. Right, my children. Therefore, today I grant you the grace to welcome me here to enjoy the pure grace so that you may be more excited to practice and progress. God and Buddha are always with you. It is because you are ignorant and do not know, so you become lazy and give up. You must remember to practice. This time, thanks to practice, will reduce suffering a lot. 10 parts of your suffering. Thanks to knowing how to always recite Buddha's name, your suffering must be reduced depending on your efforts. My children, please try hard. Whoever does not know how to practice is a great loss for them. Whoever does not practice this, be careful, my children, suffering is coming soon. Suffering is coming soon, I will let you know in advance. That is a great suffering. Therefore, whoever is distracted by the world and is always sad and worried about worldly affairs, about career, about home, just being sad and worried, afraid of suffering and not practicing will suffer even more. My children,
Father the Jade Lord, the highest Emperor, the Holy Father God, the human being, Mother, the Holy Mother God, the Holy Mother's earth in the 36th heaven, the divine teachings of God. Worry but know how to worry, worry wisely, don't worry blindly. What does worrying blindly mean? It means just worrying, then being sad and afraid of this remaining, afraid of losing that is worrying blindly. My children, you worry in a sad way, causing your mind to be scattered. Causing your mind to be scattered. Causing your mind to be scattered not only doesn't solve anything but also creates trouble to make you suffer more. So worrying and being confused are sadness and sorrow, my children. You must know that every time you worry and are sad, your spirit will be scattered. Your energy will be depleted, and your pure energy, Akayang, energy will be lost. If you lose pure energy, it will attract negative energy. If you have impure energy, consider yourself inviting suffering, my children. Because suffering is caused by the rampant flow of negative energy. Therefore, it is better to purify your mind from being scattered. Always recite Buddha's name to keep your thoughts focused so that you can maintain the pure energy and prevent the negative energy from pervasiveness. This time is filled with negative energies. People are easily disturbed by external factors and are easily infected with negative energies. So you must try very hard, must quickly become a vegetarian to prevent the evil spirits from entering and try to maintain your positive mind. Only then you can maintain your purity to help you when you are in suffering. My children, at the beginning of the year, those who come to pay their respects to me must have had the opportunity to hear me say that this time is very miserable. If you hold on to your house, you will suffer with your house. If you hold on to money, you will suffer with your money. You will suffer with your money, if you hold on to gold. Father has told you in advance, any of you who still cherish worldly possessions will have to endure severe trials this year. Don't even think about them anymore. The world has gone crazy. Focus on cultivating to save the suffering and the needy. If you keep being sad, not only will you not escape suffering, but you will also bring more suffering. My children,
Father the Jade Lord, the highest Emperor, the Holy Father God the human being, Mother the Holy Mother God, the Holy Mother, earth in the 36th heaven, the divine teachings of God, Father said so, giving you a few words to bless. Father said, missing the prajna boat means falling into hell. From now on, the two paths of father and children are separated. 700 million years of lost souls. Forever farewell, father lost his children. My children, this delay is another 700 million years before there is a chance to evolve. Then lost all souls. But to lost all souls is to say goodbye forever. If you love your father and mother, then come home in heaven. Your father is tired of waiting for you. Father is grateful to all the children. Father must come to earth and suffers hundreds of thousands of bitterness to awaken the sentient beings to return to where children come from. From the source of the roots children leave, and then there must be a day back. But children are deluded by the worldly contamination that have gone through so many eons, and live in their evolutionary cycle that it has been polluted. So children forget their origin in heaven, and create karma that is dragged and led into the sea of suffering. Father calls upon so many great souls, calling upon the spirits and the little souls to return to the source in heaven. But my children are so absorbed in the calls of the world that they do not hear my earnest call, waiting wearily.
Father the Jade Lord, the highest Emperor, the Holy Father God the human being, Mother the Holy Mother God, the Holy Mother's earth in the 36th heaven. The divine teachings of God. Children are deluded and refuse to get on the prajna boat to reach the shore of enlightenment. Father is so heartbroken that he cannot sit still and must descend to earth to call his children. But children are attracted to the yang energy of heaven, calling them, but still cannot perceive it. So for so long, Father has borrowed the spiritual writing. Now Father has to borrow the 4 elements of the mortal body to kindly remind his children. Because children feel that Father is too far away from him, the idea of Father is so infinite, too great. So children cannot imagine their father to remember their father. The infinite super yang energy still cannot help them feel it. Father has to borrow the mortal body to call children back to heaven. Father has used countless means to guide children until today, and the myriad of kalpas has come. But there are still too many children love mortal world, too few enlightened children. If children don't make it back in time to heaven this time, they will have to wait for another 700 million years to have the opportunity to evolve. Therefore, Father has to descend to earth to rescue children, to call children back to their true Father in heaven. The world is full of changes, but seeing these changes, children still have not awakened. When you are a billionaire and when you are a poor guy with nothing, that world is so temporary. But my children still have not awakened. The happiness of this world that you so desperately cling to is the seed of suffering. It is temporary, my children. The more glory, the more humiliation. The glory of a general is the shame of a prisoner. The glory of a billionaire is the shame of a penniless man. All of these things are to teach you to be aware that the world is temporary, to practice and return to heaven. But how many of you are aware, my children? You are still afraid of losing your gold, your house, your possessions, but you do not practice. Father told you to practice to accumulate merits, not to accumulate gold, to accumulate things that others cannot take. You do not listen, only to accumulate things that others can take. So sometimes you still cannot